Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Level Up Lomax back with another legendary video. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about how trucking can make you a high value man. Look, we all know one of the main requirements of becoming a high value man is to have a six-figure income. But before you can get a six-figure income, you gotta have a skill that pays you six figures. Sometimes people can stumble into a job that's just off the street knowledge and make six figures, but that's very rarely. Or you're gonna be working nonstop. In trucking, you work nonstop, but there are plenty of jobs where you come home every day, and still make $100,000 a year. I actually had a couple jobs that you come home every day or almost every day and make $100,000 a year, But let's really get into how trucking and being a high value man can go hand in hand. Outside of the money, doing what it takes to gain a high value skill, doing what it takes to gain or put in the time and the work that it takes to actually hit that six-figure mark, you gotta be a certain type of man. You gotta be determined. You gotta be a hard worker. You're not just gonna stumble into six figures, And I learned that, because even though I had jobs that paid six figures, I didn't make the six figures because I wasn't willing to put in overtime, or I wasn't willing to run the longer routes, or stay out longer, or whatever it took. I wasn't willing to do whatever it took to get there, And that's what you're gonna have to do. Like, you can't just half-ass and think that you're gonna half-ass to six figures. It ain't gonna happen, The dudes that I knew that was making six figures and over six figures, guess what I always saw them doing? Working. Them dudes didn't take no time off, The only time off they took is the time that they had to take off. That's another part of being a hard worker, is doing the things outside of work to make sure work runs smooth, Whether that's getting your rest at night. You can't be getting off of work and then thinking you about to go party and then be up on time for work, or not be sluggish at work, So it's a lot of things that actually go into it, but the number one thing is you're gonna have to be a hard worker, and you're gonna have to be determined to hit your mark, Like I said earlier, you're not gonna stumble into six figures, And when being a high value man is one of your goals, and having a six-figure income is one of the requirements of being a high value man, that's where trucking can come into play. And I heard AMS say this, Alpha Male Strategies. He said, if the two jobs that he know for a fact, and that's all I can think of for a fact, that you can not have to take that long of schooling to get a job and start working your way up to six figures. And that's trucking and personal training. And guess what he recommended? He recommended trucking because trucking, after you get out of school, is no extra shit involved. Once you get them CDLs, you off to the races. All you gotta do is become a good driver, All you gotta do is, learn your skills and hone in on your skills and become a good driver, and not have too many fuck-ups, and not do anything that's gonna cause you to lose your license. Because when it comes to CDLs, what you do outside of work can affect your CDLs. You can't be speeding in your regular car. So as soon as you get your CDLs, don't go buy no damn SRT and then be speeding every day and getting tickets, because that can cause you to lose your CDLs, Especially if you get a DUI, if it's in your car, No matter what, if you get a DUI, you're done for. So saying that to say, you know, once you do get this high value skill, you got to do what you need to do to keep it, and you got to do what you need to do to hone in those skills, to make yourself better, to start working toward that six figures, because you definitely for damn sure not gonna come out the gate making that. I'm almost 5 years in, and I'm just now getting to jobs that pay six figures, you know, and my last job was the closest I ever got to making six figures, you know. Even though I had a couple jobs that paid six figures, I wasn't in the seniority position, or I wasn't able to run as much as I could to get to the six figures. But this last job, I was almost to the six figures, and I almost got there. I was about a quarter away, you know, a quarter away, you know. So saying all that to say, trucking can help you become high value, because it can provide you with that six-figure income that you're looking for, you know, especially if you want a skill that don't take long to get into, you know. Now, if you want to become a doctor or a lawyer or a tech genius or whatever, things that take schooling, if you young, you better get your ass in school right now, you know. And if you older, especially if you got kids and a family and people that's dependent on you, you might be able to take the time to go to school and get that skill or whatever. But if you anything like me, you ain't got time for that. You need something that's going within the next year or two, you know, you working your way toward that six figures. You know, you making 50, 60, maybe 70 in the meantime, you know. Because when I started out in trucking, my first trucking job, I made 55, you know. I made 55, good, easy, you know. It might have been more than that. I'm just trying to think about how much the checks was and how long I worked there. But I for damn sure made 55, and I know my second year of trucking, I made 63. And that was my first trucking job. And that was a $100,000 job. You know, I just didn't have a seniority to get get those high paying routes. But by me being a fill-in, an extra board driver, I did fill in for higher seniority drivers that were on vacation and stuff like that. And I was so good of a driver that when some of the higher seniority guys, partners, would go on vacation for 2 weeks and shit, they would call me and be like, hey, you want to run with me for this 2 weeks? So that's where I was able to make more, because I made they rate when I was running with them, you know, for that time, you know. So that's another part of honing in your skills and becoming good at your trade, you know, because that's the number one thing that's gonna propel you to the top, is being good at your trade, you know. And I ain't saying you gotta be perfect, you know, because you're not gonna be perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. But what I'm saying is, you just gotta try to be good at what you do, you know, and really be determined to reach your goals within your career, you know. And that's what's gonna help you get there, you know, because this day and age, six figures is a must. You know, you can't walk around. I mean, it's hard to live making less than 60,000 a year. You know, it's definitely hard to live, especially when, you know, you're gonna spend anywhere from 10 to 15,000 a year on living, on rent, you know, if you don't own a house, you know. Or if you are trying to buy a house, you got to stack up that bread for that down payment. You got to, you know, get all of that stuff in order. So I'm going off on a tangent, but saying all that to say, man, if you want to be high value, knowing that one of the requirements to be high value is a six-figure income, trucking can help you get you. It can get you there for sure, you know, because it got me there, you know. And that's why I hang on to my license for dear life, you know, because that's my skill and I'm good at it, you know. Yeah, I make mistakes, you know, and as you can see, I share my mistakes, you know. Everybody make mistakes, you know. It's all about, you know, honing in your skills. If you do make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes and you move on and you come back better than ever, you know. But saying all that to say, trucking can provide you with a 6-figure income, which in turn can help you become high value. That's all I got for y'all today, man. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I got more shit coming for y'all, man. I'm gonna try to get a video out as much as possible, you know. But with that being said, man, it's your boy Level Up Lomax checking out.